Red Larson here for the Dreamcatcher podcast. Thanks for joining us. Today, my guest is Jocelyn Brasher.
Jocelyn Brasher.
Okay,
yes.
Welcome and nice to have you on the Dreamcatcher podcast.
Well, thanks so much for having me.
So,
pleasure to be here.
So this is the first time us meeting in person.
Yes.
I met your sister and I've talked to your mom, your ornery mom. I think you maybe are all a little ornery, so...
I will take that as a compliment.
That is a compliment. It's meant as a compliment. So, you were here, I don't know, a month ago?
It was
at
the end
Blue
of
Moon
June.
here?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, about a month now.
And exactly what are you doing? You're going around the state, a lot around the state.
Yes.
So what is a little bit of background about yourself?
So right now, I am in the middle of running for office. I am running to be Nebraska's next Attorney General.
Yes.
Yes.
She's going to win.
I hope so. I'm trying very hard.
Yes. No. So what did you do? And what was, I asked you this earlier, what got you started wanting to do this journey?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So I am a former assistant Nebraska Attorney General. I worked in the office for 5 years, and I'm a lifelong Nebraskan.
Cool.
So I care very much about Nebraska as a lifelong Nebraskan and a former assistant attorney general, and I care very much about the office. And I know how much good this office can do when it is focused on the people of Nebraska. Yes, and for the last 3.5 years now, I have watched what Mike Hilters has done with this office, and he has made this office far too political, and we need to get it back to restoring power to the people, return this office to the people, and get it back to focused on what the core mission of the office is, and accountability, integrity, and public service.
Excellent. So how did you initially get to be part of the, Attorney General office?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I actually had applied for a position in the office in their criminal appeals bureau, and then ended up in consumer protection and fell in love with the work that I was doing. And so I have a love for criminal law. That's something that when I was in law school, I fell in love with criminal law.
Okay.
And so I've actually been a criminal prosecutor as well. I worked in the Dodge County Attorney's Office.
Okay.
I was a felony prosecutor, prosecuted misdemeanor and felony crimes.
Wow.
Yes. But I really enjoy the consumer protection aspect of the work of the office as well. It's a really very important role of the office.
So could you be a lawyer? Have you been a lawyer?
I am a lawyer.
You are a lawyer.
I am a lawyer.
So
sir.
Okay, I'll ask you what I asked your sister. So when you were growing up, is that what you wanted to be?
It is not.
That wasn't the dream?
No, that was not the dream.
Okay.
No. So growing up, I always wanted to be a veterinarian.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I am.
That's a long way from lawyer, but I like that.
Yeah, I am a huge animal lover. So growing up, had family dog, had a horse, and actually went to Auburn University to go to down in Alabama.
Really? Okay.
Yes, down in Alabama to, in hopes of going to their vet school. And then my junior year, I took an agriculture law class and fell in love with the law and made the decision to switch over and pursue a legal career.
No.
But I have not regretted my decision.
That's good.
Yes.
So do you and my sister get along well because she had at one time 9 horses.
Oh, yeah, I think we would.
So do you have still an animal?
Oh, I still have I'm a dog mom.
Okay, dog moms are good.
I have a fur baby. Her name's Mabel. She's
I love that
little
name.
Havanese. She's going to be 10 months old.
Oh, she's just a puppy
she
still.
is a puppy. Yeah. So,
does she get to come along ever?
She's
probably is a puppy. She might be.
Yeah, we have a puppy sitter for her, but when I can, she will. But
no, that is amazing. So, so has this journey with you running for this position in this office? So has this been what you thought it'd be like?
It has definitely been a learning experience.
I bet.
I am not a career politician. This is my first time getting into politics. And so there's been a lot I've learned along the way. It's been a lot of hard work, but it's been really great because I'm getting out to parts of the state that I never thought I would get to see. I got to go out to Chadron for the first time as part of my state tour.
Very nice out there. Yeah.
Very beautiful.
It is.
It's lovely. And getting out and meeting so many Nebraskans and hearing their stories, it has been a wonderful experience.
Yeah, I just can't even imagine. That's a lot of territory to cover. And I know the other day when we met, it was just like, I don't know where you were going. You were going to a lot of places that day.
Yes.
So do you both take turns driving, or how does that work? Or do you have a vehicle that drives itself?
No, yeah. So my sister is behind the camera. She does a lot of driving for me. She's my candidate support. She works on the campaign with us. She is a full-time nurse. Or actually she's usually a full-time nurse at Methodist main campus. She's an
Okay,
ER
nice.
nurse. And she's actually dropped to be part-time to just doing 2 shifts so she can help me
Excellent.
on my
I
campaign.
love
And
that
that's
too.
how much she cares and supports me and believes in me.
And that's awesome. I love
Right?
that it's a
Yes.
family,
Yeah.
and everything getting together is, because I think family kind of gets a bad name. And it's just like family, friends, all that. It's what life's about.
Yeah, it is.
And maybe you'll convince her to run for office sometime.
I think that would take a lot of
Would it?
convincing.
Okay.
Yes.
So, okay, you told me you were going like the whole region. How do you map out each day?
Yeah, so the tour that we did back at the end of June, we wanted to do this really big state tour where we went all across Nebraska. We tried to touch all 4 corners of the state, which we did. We were everywhere from South Sioux City, Falls City,
Oh, wow.
Scottsbluff, Chadron. So we truly did, and everywhere in between, touched all across Nebraska. And now we're kind of just doing some little meet and greets in between, like being here. We have an event in Hastings this evening, Holdridge this afternoon. And that is actually, I was invited to come speak to a group of women over their lunch hour. So that's how I am ending up in Holdridge is, being
Excellent.
invited by, people want to hear what I have to say, my vision for the office. So that's how I end up at some.
Okay.
Others, I have another tour that I will be announcing soon.
Okay. Cool.
But yes, that's a little bit of
Okay, a
news
little tease there,
a
yeah.
little tease there that we have a tour that we will be announcing soon. And
good.
so it's just about making sure that we are getting out into the communities and meeting the
Yes.
voters where they're at, because that's really important to us, is that we are trying to get out as much across Nebraska as we possibly can and meeting the voters where they're at.
For somebody that's not necessarily running for an office, like,
Yeah.
what is the process to be able to do that, to be able to run for an office?
There is no process to it.
Isn't there? Okay.
Well, other than you have to file with the Secretary of State.
Okay.
And it's different with what level of office you're running
That
for,
makes
whether
sense.
it's a state office, local, county, city. So it depends on what level of office you're running for. So I had to file with the Nebraska Secretary of State. I
Okay.
had to, I think it was at 1% of what the salary is. I had to file a fee for which the salary is $95,000.
Okay.
So that was like a $950 fee that we had to pay.
Really? Okay, that's interesting.
And then I get on the ballot. And then I did not have a primary opponent, and Mike Hilders did not have a primary opponent either. So we both made it through the primary. And now it is my job to get out there and earn the support of Nebraskans.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I am doing that because I want to be the people's lawyer. I want to represent all Nebraskans,
Yes,
not
amen, yeah.
just
Awesome.
not just Democrats, but independents and Republicans, and not whether you vote for me or not. When I get elected, I will still represent you. And
Yes.
so it's just a matter of taking like a very nonpartisan approach.
And I love
justice
that.
as well.
Because there's a lot of that's not today's
Right,
world.
exactly. And
So divided.
Yeah. And so it's very much, we're taking a nonpartisan approach to justice and getting this office back to taking the politics out of this office and just getting back to the basics of enforcing the law without fear or favor, impartially, the way that it should be.
So after this, have you ever thought about running in the federal level? I mean, there's so much work you could do there.
There is a lot of work that needs to be done in our country, but
yes.
right now I am focused on Nebraska.
Which is good.
Right now.
That is very good. So, okay, you're elected. So how are you going to celebrate?
I haven't even thought about that right now. I'm just focused on doing the work that I can to get elected, and earning the trust of all of Nebraskans to get there.
I visualize you, and I can already see. So I also see you up in front of a lot of people. Does that ever intimidate you?
I do get like nervous, but being an attorney, like I have the experience of, I've argued in front of the Court of Appeals twice. I actually argued in front of the Court of Appeals back when I was in law school.
Sure.
So that is something that a lot of attorneys don't even get to do at
really?
this point in their career. So the fact that I was able to do that even back when I was in law school is pretty incredible. But so I'm able to kind of control the nerves and just focus on, that I'm here to get my message out and doing that the best that I can.
So, okay. I mean, first, what would you like to do in the first month? I mean, what if you
There's
win?
a little gnat.
Yeah, they're definitely around.
Sorry, yeah, that's what I'm like doing there.
I'm at my house too. So, okay, you're elected. So, what does like the first month look like then? Is there quite a process to like onboarding on that?
Yeah. So, getting into office, getting definitely up to date on everything that has been going on, all of the cases. Obviously, not all of the investigations are public right now. So getting up to date on all of the investigations that are going on.
Okay.
That will be a big first step. And one thing that I said on day one, I will do is work to implement a task force to combat online crimes against children. That is a big thing for me.
Oh, excellent.
So, yes.
So, can I ask why that is actually one thing you want to concentrate on? And if you've been around kids that have, needed that?
No, it's not personal to me. It's just somewhere that I've felt that we need to address more than it has been.
Yes.
I know that with AI advancing, technology advancing, here we are sitting doing a podcast.
Yeah, that's actually using some AI. Yeah,
using some AI and being online. It's just I know that kids. Everybody knows kids or is dealing with kids. So I don't have kids, but I have family. I have friends who have kids. We know that they spend so much time online on their phone, and that it is an area that needs to be addressed so that we can keep them safe from online exploitation. Yeah. There was actually in Omaha, this made the news a few months back, but there was an individual who was using an online gaming system to target 2 girls down in Florida.
Oh, wow.
And then he actually drove down to Florida, kidnapped those 2 girls.
Oh, my word.
And then they were luckily able to be rescued. I think they were rescued in Georgia before anything bad could happen to them. But I know how serious this is.
That's very serious, yeah.
And that we need to be proactive about this because that so easily could happen where we have kids targeted here in Nebraska. And so I know that we need to take this very seriously and do something to keep this from happening.
And kids are trusting, and they're very trusting, and it is. I'm glad I grew up when I did, because I mean I've done many I've done many podcast episodes around the world and in this country about preteen suicide. The kids, because I think they don't have the connections, or who knows what they're doing. And I talked about this the other day too. We give our kids a phone so early, and they don't have the social skills developed.
Yeah.
Do you think that the Nebraska or the United States will ever adopt something like I see over in Europe, where the kids can't have a phone until later?
Yeah, I don't know if we will ever get quite that far. I do know that we need to definitely take a bigger step in holding social media accountable for their role.
Yes.
That is definitely something that the Attorney General's office can and should be doing.
Okay.
And that is because we know that the mental health effects that social media can have on kids.
Very much.
Yeah.
No, I did a podcast from North Carolina, and in North Carolina, preteen suicide is their number 2 reason for death of children. And it's just like, which is unbelievable. They're our future. I mean, they shouldn't be having to deal with all that. And
Absolutely.
Like anything, technology's got both sides, like everything. So in your spare time, what do you like to do? Which I don't think I have much spare time.
These days I don't, but when I do, I enjoy spending time with family, friends, walking my dog, watching movies, reading books, just normal things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
bake. I also like to cook and bake too.
So what is one of your favorite things to make?
Oh gosh. I have this for like making a dinner. I have this really good like French chicken that I make.
Oh, that sounds very good.
And then I like to bake too. I bake all sorts of different things, but I make a really good coffee cake.
Oh, coffee cakes are always good.
Yeah, I make a good carrot cake. And
that's one of my favorites.
People are like, you're either 50-50. You either like carrot cake or you don't. But I'm one that says I like carrot cake.
Yeah. There's nothing better than a good carrot cake.
Right? I agree.
With the cream cheese frosting and all that stuff.
I agree.
So French, that made me think, do you like to travel?
I do like to travel. Yes.
So you've traveled around the world or anywhere else?
I have been to Belgium
Oh,
and
wow.
Germany and Mexico, but that is about the extent of my international travels.
It's quite a
But
bit.
yes, but right now I'm getting across
You are
Nebraska
very
quite
much
a bit.
traveling Nebraska.
So that's been again, like I mentioned, that's been a lot of fun for me because I'm getting to see parts of
Yeah.
Nebraska that I wouldn't have, and that's really been a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it.
And Nebraska from the southeast to the northwest is
Yeah,
so different.
it is.
And or even to Valentine. I mean, that area is so pretty up there. And no, I mean that is and people in Nebraska, I think in general, are really friendly. You
They
know,
are. It's
I have
Nebraska nice around here.
it is. Everybody's
Yeah,
like, is that true? It's like, I think it is true. That was our slogan for a while, I think.
I think so.
And I get that from when I'm doing the podcast. It's like, it's true. And it's like, what? It's like, you guys are nice.
It is. Yeah, we've experienced that everywhere we've gone. Everywhere has been so welcoming. They've given us such great hospitality.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, like, going up, we went from, actually it was the day that we were here at the Blue Moon in Hastings. We went to Scottsbluff and then we drove from Scottsbluff up to Chadron.
Wow.
And for those who are watching this, who are in Nebraska, who have not gotten up to that area, you need to get up there because it is almost like you're driving. Have you been up
I've
to
been
that?
up there one time, yeah.
It is almost like you're driving in a foreign country.
It is.
Like, that is what the landscape is like.
No,
it's
it is.
truly so beautiful.
It is. I mean, in Fort Robinson out there, and I mean, it's just, but yeah, people dismiss. Well, they want to know why I live in Nebraska. It's like, have you ever been here?
Yeah, right.
And most of it's like, we have corn and cattle. It's like, you must have gone through on the interstate.
Yeah, we have a lot here.
We do. There's a lot.
Yes.
And people are like, what? It has to be that it is. Like, what, they're 20 people? And it's like, there's a few more people than that here in Nebraska. And a few years back, my wife had advanced colon cancer, so we did a lot of day trips. And at least she only had 14%, but she lived. But we got to know Kansas and Nebraska really well.
Yes.
But no, everybody was so kind. I mean, it was welcoming. That's when we went up to the northwest, and southeast. I'd never really been down to Fall City area. That's neat too.
Yes.
So, so what's your? I mean, do you have a favorite part of Nebraska? It'd probably be tough.
Yeah, that is. So, I mean, obviously I'm a little biased that I do love Omaha because that is where I'm from. I lived in Lincoln for a couple years when I worked in the AG's office. So I do like Lincoln as well. But just outside of that, going out to Western Nebraska, out in Scottsbluff, Chadron area, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And
if you want to see the stars, especially like when you're in the sandhills there, it's like, oh my gosh. And everybody's like, sandhills, what is that? It's like, it's sand dunes that you can't see because they got grass on them.
Yes.
So Omaha, I actually out of college, I lived out by Old Mill.
Oh, okay.
So,
sure.
And did that for a while. But Omaha is really, I mean, I can actually come in like Gretna there, the outlet malls.
Yeah.
And I see you're getting a Buc-ee's. So, so what part of Omaha do you live in?
I live in Northwest Omaha.
Northwest? Okay. Okay. I think my cousin's about in that area. So have you always lived in Omaha?
I have.
Okay.
Yes. Born and raised in Omaha. I graduated high school from Bennington.
Okay.
Yep. So grew up in Western, a part of the city, Western Omaha, or West Omaha. I don't know why I'm saying West Omaha. And yeah, so it's where I grew up and where I love. And one of the best parts about Omaha is that you can be in the city and then just out into the country so easily. Yeah, so quickly.
And I like Old Market too.
Yes.
That is so in that area. That really is nice down there anymore. So your mom, she's been helping you. What is your mom? What did she do before she was helping you?
Yeah.
I'm sure she was raising you and everything, but
yeah.
what did she do as a profession?
My parents are great. So both my parents are so supportive. One with my sister who's here with me. But both my parents are retired.
Okay.
But before she was retired, she worked at Boys Town.
Oh, did she?
Yes, she did.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah. Yes.
So did she like that? I mentioned she did like that.
She loved it.
Gosh, you guys are so as a family, you guys get like a foundation. So all of a sudden it came to me. Have you as a family a lot of ever doing something like that to help kids or anything like that, or some like animals?
Well, it's something, we've always would love to do, but we are very middle class. We don't have those types of things take money.
They do. Oh yes, more than you'll think. Yeah.
And it's something, fun. We can always do the fundraising to get the money. Yeah. That's actually a lot of what my mom did for Boys Town was in their donor relations was doing a lot of their fundraising for them. But yeah, those things take money. But I grew up middle class, and so I tell people when, they talk to me about, some of the issues as I'm traveling Nebraska, about the economy and, affordability, which are big topics right now. And,
Yes.
I can say even, when out of law school, as a young attorney, I've lived paycheck to paycheck
I
and,
bet.
going to the grocery store and having to budget for groceries and still knowing how much a gallon of milk costs and, things like that. And
It's
there's,
important because it makes you relatable. You know what these people are going through. And I think that's very important because some of these people that, have never gone through it, they have no way to personally, and there are so many. I just know here in Hastings, and I actually live more by Minden, but how many homeless? I did Crossroads over there with Daniel over there, and how many, and it's just amazing to me that we have so many homeless people in Nebraska.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I can't even imagine, especially going through winter. It's just like, what do you do? And why do we have that? Why is we as a society, they look down on them. And it's like, in today's world, it takes very few missteps to become that way.
Right.
To lose your home and just be on the streets. And when Cheryl and I, because we had insurance, but insurance did terrible at paying for the bills of my wife, Cheryl. And it's just like, I mean, it was just good. We had a lot of credit and everything else and had a lot of people in our corner. But if you didn't have that, I mean, what as we, as a society, as Nebraska, can do better on that? I mean, actually, I was in San Diego not too long ago, and there was illegal to be homeless. And it's like, yeah, they're doing that on purpose. So, I haven't been to Omaha for a little while. Is there many homeless people in Omaha?
It's definitely a problem that we have in Omaha.
Okay.
Absolutely. But it's not just Omaha. It is
No,
all across the state.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just surprises me. Well, the day I was doing it with Daniel over the podcast over there, he had 2 people the police brought because they didn't know what to do with them. And he said, sometimes I look out my window because there's a park there, and he's like, I see somebody there. It's on a bench.
Yeah.
And it's like, which really surprised me, he said that the age group that is becoming homeless now is the 55 and up. And it's like, wow, I suppose they're getting to the end of their working life and they don't have any savings. And it was very eye-opening.
Yeah.
So, and that Holdridge you were talking about, that had been one of his number one places that had gone up in homelessness.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that we need to address in this.
Yeah.
And that's why I like doing this podcast because, I mean, it gets it out to, like I was saying the other day, this can be out to the world in a few minutes, at really basically no cost. And you can get, because everybody's got a phone pretty much. And so would you ever like podcasts, or do you do like YouTube?
So I don't have a YouTube channel yet. That is something that I should probably have. But I am on social medias. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So the 3 big ones, I guess, for.
So which one do you like one better than another?
Oh gosh.
Depends on the day.
Yeah. I before I started running, I wasn't on TikTok because I felt like I was too old to be on TikTok.
I hear you on that one. I know what you mean.
But we are trying to, again, it's just a matter of reaching the voters where they're at, and that's where a little bit of the younger
Seems like
generation
a lot. Yes.
is at. And so we have to make sure that we get our message out to everybody. So.
Yeah, I did. TikTok, I've been off and on, and evidently enough, because I went the other day to give blood at the Red Cross, and the gal, I walked in and she's like, we have a celebrity here. It's like, me? She's on TikTok. It's like, not that much. It's like, okay. Funny. I told my wife, it's like, evidently enough. So
I'm sitting here with it.
Yeah. I do Facebook more. I've got about 65,000 followers on Facebook. I've kind of figured that one out.
Yes.
The rest of them, not so much.
Well, follow me as well.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely follow you.
It's a great way to stay up to date with all of our campaign information and what's going on.
Yeah, and we'll put that in the show.
Yes, okay.
So all that. So before we end the podcast, what else would you like to share with the audience?
Yeah. So we've talked a lot about, why I'm running, some of my vision for the office, that we are taking a very nonpartisan approach, that I will represent all Nebraskans. And a lot of that's very important. And I think the biggest thing is the fact that, I have the experience to get in there because of my background, having worked in the office, and just, the fact that I will, I just want to mention how important this office is.
Yes.
That's what I think a lot of people they don't know what the AG's office does, how it affects them. So talking about the consumer protection, dealing with affordability, using our consumer protection laws to address antitrust issues and monopolies, and that does directly affect affordability. And when you go to the grocery store and grocery prices, and that can directly affect Nebraskans, and that this office truly is so important because of what our current Attorney General is doing with this office, that he is using the power of this office to overturn election results that he does not agree with.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
oh my
a lot of people don't know that. Yes,
wow.
So issues like the ballot initiatives, such as medical cannabis, minimum wage, all of those things that this office holds such a tremendous amount of power that you decide, what lawsuits you're going to file or not file. And so he's using the power of this office to overturn election results that he does not agree with. And that is an issue.
It should be impartial.
Right. So we need to truly get back to the basics of leaving politics or your political opinion, your personal opinion out of this, and just enforcing the law as it stands. When people make their voice heard at the ballot box, we need to respect that, respecting Nebraska voters. Amen. And that is what I will do. So if we want true, meaningful change in Nebraska, we need to elect a new Attorney General.
Amen. So, and get out and vote. And what day is election day? Yes,
election day is November 3rd, but you could start requesting your mail-in ballot already.
You really? Already?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And so I think the mail-in ballots will start going out towards the end of September. And so you can vote by mail.
I had no idea.
Request your mail-in ballot, vote by mail, or you can go vote early in person, or you can go vote on election day, which is November 3rd. So you have lots of ways to get out there and vote.
Get out and vote.
Make sure if you're already registered, I'm telling people, double check your registration status. Yeah. And if you're not yet registered, get registered, because this election is truly so important. We've got, a lot of big things, first of all, topics with ballot initiatives on the ballot, and really great candidates. And I tell everyone that I can talk to is the best voter is an informed voter. So please do your research on all the candidates.
Yes. Thank you for taking part of your life to do this and being on the Dreamcatcher podcast.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Well, I'm glad we crossed paths the other day.
Yes.
So, I was glad you were going by when I was in the chair. I'm talking to her sister over here. So, but no, we had a good conversation with you the other day. So, but no, thank you, because I don't think people realize how much of your time, everything that it takes for you to do this.
Yeah.
And
actually, I resigned from the firm that I was working at.
Oh, wow.
So this is my full-time job. That is how committed I am to.
That says a lot right there, too.
To winning, to getting this office back to the people. I truly am committed to restoring power to the people, returning this office and being the people's lawyer. So,
Awesome. Yeah. I love that. And that's a great way to end the podcast. So thank you.